So what's going on, everybody? Once again, it's your man, Mr. Spann, coming to you with another video here on Spann TV. Today's video is about white supremacy and blackface. I've been talking about this Darian Albert thing the past few days, and I've had a few debates with a few people about what happened to Darian Albert in that time. And I came across this fellow on it was on Fox News, and just he watched the same video I did, and he came up with like a totally different perspective as to why Darian Albert suffered the way that he did. But I really can't understand how he came to that conclusion watching that same video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the clip up of this guy, speaking, what he says, and then I'm going to break down how I got a totally different view as to what he saw. And hopefully some of the people that I've been debating will check this video out and understand what I mean when I say you can have a black person speaking negative, stereotypes about black people and basically legitimizing stereotypes of black people for white folks because it's coming out of the mouth of a black man. Hope you guys can follow me. So check this out.
Toward kids who, again, if you spoke white, if you got an A, there was a tremendous amount of animosity, just not jealousy. I'm talking about animosity that was acted out. And
where does this come from, Charles?
I really believe, honestly, and I believe a lot of this goes back to when black Americans accepted this liberal premise that we're not accountable for anything, that because we're descendants from slaves, that, you know what, it's okay, it's not your fault, you're a victim, it's okay. And they've created this sort of pull, it's not just a physical ghetto I'm talking about, but a mental sort of barrier where you see, okay, Michael Vick is a victim of the justice system, not a person who committed a crime. Mm-hmm. That mentality is pervasive. You see it, and it's over, and it's fed to us, and it's fed to us, and it's fed to us, and we accept it, we take it. And at the end of the day, what we're getting for it, we wait for our welfare checks. We wait for it like, people wait for it like, I'm waiting for my check, like it's something I worked for, and it's taken away everything, everything that God gave us innately, that man, if you put two people on an island with nothing, innately they're going to have a certain desire to survive, to thrive, to do better. All of that's suppressed in our community. And what's left is just this sort of... As a matter of fact, what I'm saying is that, yeah, black people would like to be a part of the system, but I'm telling you, they're systematically broken down, and it's through these policies that are... listen, you're getting over... Listen, look how we separate the society from a black American's point of view. The good white people are the white people that want to give us higher minimum wage. The good white people are the white people that don't want to put us in jail if we commit a crime. I mean, this stuff starts at a very, very young age, and to be quite honest with you, it's hard to assimilate into society at large when you learn things like that. And, so I'm not putting down black people. What I'm trying to tell you is that there is a system, and listen, the proof is in the pudding. And it's a self-perpetuating machine. And somehow it's got to be stopped because this scene that you saw in Chicago isn't a unique scene.
Okay, now, most of the people that are viewing this video have probably already seen what happened to Darian Albert. You've seen it in the news. You've seen it on YouTube. You've seen it uncut in various number of ways. What I want to know is how that man came away with that conclusion when he watched that video. Where they talked about Darian being an honor student, Darian being a good kid, Darian being an intelligent kid, and they tried to frame the discussion as if the kids that killed Darian were jealous of Darian because of the fact that he was a good student, he got good grades, and he was a good kid. And that was the furthest thing from what happened. It was an out-of-control street fight. And what Fox News did was basically promote a racist perspective and put it in the mouth of a black man to make it more believable for white audiences. All they did was try to legitimize the stereotype and it made it much more easier for people to believe it because it was coming out of the mouth of a black man. There's really no other way to cut it. I mean, there was a quote by Michael Eric Dyson. He said this at, I think it was the State of the Black Union, probably last year. And the quote is, you can be a Negro, articulating racist perspectives, because the plantation is portable and your mouth becomes a freeway for its articulation. And watching this video of this guy talking was like a prime example of it. Prime example of it. And again, I mean, maybe he got his ass whooped because he was just lame. I mean, I don't know, but you know, I come from, you know, some of the worst neighborhoods. I still, you know, frequent some of these neighborhoods. I remember coming up and, you know, some of these people that they would call hoods, you know, telling me to get off the block, get off the corner. You know what I'm saying? You don't belong out here. Nobody was jealous of me. And I'm a smart kid. I was a smart kid. I graduated pretty high up. So this whole notion that these kids beat up Darion because he was a good student, because he was a good kid, it's a false premise. And it just goes to show, you know, how people are using race when honestly this wasn't even a racist thing. You know, race had nothing to do with this one right here. And to inject it into this, you know, to this discussion is just pitiful. You know, I've been, you know, talking back and forth with people on YouTube for like the past couple days. I've been, you know, you try to reply to them in 500 character sentences. I couldn't do that in 500 characters. So what I'm saying is, you know, you can have, you know, black people expressing racist stereotypes about black people, and they use that to legitimize these stereotypes to white folks. Bottom line. So that's what I got from what the man said. I mean, I couldn't relate to you know, being beaten up because I had a briefcase. Nobody ever beat me up because I wanted to be smart. Nobody ever beat me up because I was a good kid. And, you know, to make that, you know, the reason why Darion was beaten up, it's just pitiful to do that to that boy. It's pitiful to do it to his memory, and it's a shame that he was so willing to do it, to get on national TV and down his own people for what? A pat on the head, maybe? Who knows? But that's pretty much it, man. I mean, I'm a little weary of speaking on this. You know, it's a tragic thing. It should never have happened. We all should, you know, like I said before in one of my previous videos, we need to stop pointing the finger and get to the business of actually helping these kids get to a point where they're not killing each other over nothing, where, you know, things like what happened to Darion doesn't happen anymore. So, you know, with that, I'm gonna end this video. Thank you for, you know, checking me out. Thanks again for watching Spann TV. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.